To commemorate the founding of New Orleans in 1718, WYES presents this tricentennial moment in celebration of our city's past and present.
As passenger travel declined with the expansion of the railroads, inventive ways had to be found for the utilization of riverboats. Excursion boats and showboats going up and down the river with live music flourished. But even before the transition, music was long a part of the river culture.
Along the river, you had people working on the river docks, roustabout songs, all kinds of dock songs, the lure of the Mississippi River itself. I've been working on the levee and sleeping on the ground, Lord. Working on the levee, boys, and sleeping on the ground. That ain't nothing but an old habit. I got to lay it down. Oh, Lord, lay it down.
The musical legacy is huge of the river. People coming downriver to Louisiana and becoming part of the society. And then the fact that the river is essentially, the opening port from New Orleans down to the Gulf, to the Caribbean in a sense, and to Europe and to West Africa. All those places provided people.
It's the river that makes it possible for people in Trinidad to be playing early calypso music that sounds almost verbatim exactly like jazz. It's the Mississippi River that gave the lifeblood to Beguine music in Martinique. It sounds just like early jazz at the turn of the 20th century. It's because of the river boats, the produce boats, so it went all directions.
The most famous example of the way New Orleans music was transported can be found in the experiences of a young musician who favored the trumpet.
Louis Armstrong's first job was on a riverboat in 1918, the steamer Sydney, which belonged to the Strephus Company. But these boats could take these musicians all the way up to St. Paul, Minnesota. Can you imagine a native New Orleanian who had been playing in one of these joints on Basin Street? All of a sudden, he's spending the summer going to St. Paul, Minnesota, and having to wear a sweater to do that.
He did have to start learning to read music to play on the boats because that was a part of the strict type of way that they wanted to play the music for different people. But at the same time, Louis Armstrong was his own phenomenon.
WYS's New Orleans Tricentennial Moments are brought to you by the Miro Foundation and presented in association with the Historic New Orleans Collection.